So the Phoam Major Sports. This one we're recapping a 15-point win by Boise State women's basketball at home yesterday, December 13th, to close out non-conference play against a talented Southern Utah team. So, again a 15-point win, 81-66 victory that propelled Boise State to 9-2 on the season and Southern Utah to 7-3 on the year. Hold on a second. I'm going to try to not have the phone connected. I'll go ahead and put my phone on airplane mode so that way it can't be connected. So that way my computer screen isn't going crazy with the cell phone notifications. Alright, so in the first quarter, it was pretty close, but the Broncos won the first quarter 20-17. Won the second quarter 19-17 to lead by about 3 at the half, 36-39, or 34-39 at 7 point. My bad, so, or 5 point, 39-34. In the third quarter, the Broncos won 17-11, and fourth quarter they won 21-25. Game was played in front of 1,749 fans. Another key thing about this is that the Broncos finish the non-conference portion of this season undefeated at home for the third straight year, and I think now this is 22 or 23 straight home wins in non-conference play for Boise State, which is a pretty impressive feat. So player stats will start off with Southern Utah. Three-star Chambers played the whole game. She was 7-12 from the floor, 0 for 2 from three-point range, and perfect 5 of 5 from charity stripe. Had 1 offensive, 5 total boards, 1 foul, 2 assists, 2 turnovers, 1 steal, and a team high 19 points for the Southern Utah Thunderbirds. And 44, Ava Urich started, played 33 minutes, was 6 of 18 from the floor, 0 for 5 from 3, and 5 of 6 from charity stripe. Finished with 5 offensive, 16 total boards, 2 fouls, 1 assist, 3 turnovers, 1 block shot, and 17 points. So another double-double again. She's been a double-double machine for Southern Utah this season. And once again, double-doubles. The number 1, Courtney Dolman, played 30 minutes as a starter, was 3 of 7 from the floor, 2 of 3 charity stripe, 3 offensive, 7 total boards, 2 fouls, 2 assists, 3 turnovers, and 8 points scored. Number 4, Brooklyn Feely, played 15 minutes, was 3-11 from the floor, 0 from 3, 1-2 for charity stripe, also had 1 offensive, 3 total boards, 4 fouls, 2 turnovers, 1 steal, and 7 points scored. Number 22, Devin Kiernan, started, played 18 minutes, was 1-6 from the floor, 1 of 5 from 3-point range. She fouled out with the turnovers, while and only 3 points scored. From the bench, number 13, Ashley Banks, 25 minutes, was 3 of 4 from the floor, 1 of 2 from charity stripe, 2 offensive, 4 total boards, 2 fouls, 3 assists, and 4 block shots and 7 points scored. Number 34, Denver Anderson, 13 minutes, played 2 of 2 from the floor, 1 of 1 from beyond the arc, 1 board, 2 fouls, 2 assists, 1 turnover, 5 points scored. Number 11, Morgan Triguero, 8 minutes, played 0 for 2 from the floor, both 3-point attempts, 1 board, and 1 foul. Number 2, Bella Hassan, 6 minutes, played 0 from the floor, which was a 3-pointer attempt, and 1 board. Number 35, Olivia Malafu, played 4 minutes and had a foul and an assist. As a team, Thunderbirds had 14 offensive boards, 40 total boards, committed 20 fouls, 11 assists on 25 made shots, 13 turnovers, 5 block shots, and 2 steals. In the first quarter, they shot 7 of 18 for 39%, 1 of 3 from 3-point range, and 2 of 3 from charity stripe. Second quarter, 7 of 15 for 47% from the floor. They were 1 of 3 from 3-point range and perfect 2 of 2 from charity stripe. Third quarter, they were 5 of 16 from the floor for 31%. They were 0 for 4 from 3-point range and 1 of 1 from the charity stripe. In the fourth quarter, there were 6 of 14 for 43% overall. 0 for 7 from 3-point range and 9 of 12 for 75% from charity stripe. Thunderbirds did not make a single 3-pointer in the second half, going 0 for 11 in the second half and 2 of 6 in the first half, which is pretty impressive job by our Bronco defense, women's defense, to not allow a single 3-pointer to be made in the second half. Overall, they shot 25 of 63 on the game for 39%. A really paltry 2 of 17 for 11.8% for 3, and 14 of 18 for 77.8% from the charity stripe. They scored 38 points in the paint, 8 points off Bronco turnovers, had 13 second chance points, 4 points via fast break, and 12 bench points. The Broncos started with the lead and never surrendered it. There were no ties nor any lead changes in this game. For the Broncos, Tatum Thompson played 34 minutes as a starter. She was 8 of 15 from the floor and 7 of 11 from the charity stripe. Had 1 offensive, 6 total boards, 1 foul, 4 assists, 2 turnovers, 1 block shot, and 23 points scored. Nellie Pascal, 37 minutes as a starter. 8 of 10 from the floor, 5 of 7 from beyond the arc, 4 boards, 1 assist, 1 turnover, 1 steal, and 21 points. Dani Bayes, 33 minutes played, 5 of 8 from the floor, 2 of 5 from beyond the arc, and perfect 5 of 5 from charity stripe, 1 board, 4 fouls, 3 assists, 2 turnovers, 1 block shot, 1 steal, and 17 points, and her first made 3 of the game for Dani Bayes, put her into top 5 all-time in 3-point shots made as a Bronco, or by a Bronco in her career. Top 5 all-time, Dani Bayes moved into that list, which is impressive. Then Livy Hutton played 30 minutes as a starter, was 3 of 7 from the floor, 3 of 4 from the charity stripe, 1 offensive, 8 total boards, 2 fouls, 2 assists, 4 block shots, 1 steal, and 9 points scored. Maya Hansen played 33 minutes, was 3 of 6 from the floor, 1 of 3 from 3-point range, 1 board. She did foul out in this game, but had 8 assists and 7 points. From the bench, Kenneth Garza played 6 minutes, was 1 of 3 from the floor, 0 from 3-point range, 2 of 2 for charity stripe, 1 board, 2 fouls, 2 turnovers, and a steal, and 4 points scored. Morgan Maldonado played 13 minutes. She was 0 for 2 from the floor with an assist. Emily Howard played 7 minutes. She was 0 for 2 from the floor with 2 boards and a foul committed. Kira Thompson played 3 minutes. She only had a rebound. Izzy Harms played 2 minutes, was 0 for 1 from the floor. And Josie Stedman played 2 minutes, was 0 for 1 from the floor, which was a 3-point attempt, and had an assist as well. The Broncos had 2 offensive boards and only 27 boards total, had 15 fouls, 20 assists on 28 made field goals, 8 turnovers, 6 block shots, 4 steals. So, again, the Bronco Women are doing better in terms of taking care of the ball. This is back-to-back games where they had 10 turnovers or less, which is really impressive because, again, going into this game and going into this past week, including before Utah, the Utah road game, they're up to nearly 20 turnovers per game, and this is 6th game in a row where they had 8 turnovers for the whole game. So Boise State is really getting it figured out. But for a second straight game, the Bronco women got rebounded by 10 plus. Again, Broncos had 27 boards. The Thunderbirds had 40, so the Broncos were out-rebounded by 13. Broncos only got 2 offensive boards, and they allowed the Thunderbirds to get 14 offensive boards. So while it is a great positive sign that the Broncos are really being more stingy with the ball and not turning it over as much, unfortunately, they're losing some focus and emphasis on the rebounding. Again, giving up 14 offensive boards to Southern Utah. And Southern Utah getting 40 rebounds versus us only getting 2 offensive boards and 27 total boards. That is not a good sign. So hopefully the Broncos can start having as much emphasis on the rebounding as they are on take care of the ball. I mean, we'd love to see us still get as low as 8 turnovers per game, or to commit 8 turnovers per game, but we do need to really work on getting or attacking the boards better, securing more rebounds, getting more offensive boards per game, because with how talented this team is, they should be able to get at least 7 offensive boards per game and be getting about 32 boards total a game. In terms of shooting, the Broncos in the first quarter, 8 of 12 for 67%, 2 of 4 for 3, and 2 of 3 for charity stripe. Second quarter, there was 7 of 15 for just a hair under 50%, technically 47. There were 3 of 5 for 3-point range and 2 of 4 from charity stripe. Third quarter, there were 6 of 16 for 38% from the floor, 0 for 4 for 3, and 5 of 6 for charity stripe for 83%. And in the final stanza, there were 7 of 12 from the floor for 58%, 3 of 4 from 3-point range, and 8 of 9 from charity stripe for 89%. Overall, the Broncos were really hot in this game. They were 28 of 55 from the floor for 51%, 8 of 17 for 3-point range for 47%, and 17 of 22 for 77.3%. So Broncos outshot the Thunderbirds in 2 of the 3. Again, the Thunderbirds just did a little better than the Broncos in terms of shooting free throws. Again, they were 14 of 18 for 78%, whereas the Broncos were 17 of 22 for 77%. Broncos had 36 points in the paint, 17 points off Thunderbird turnovers, which turned out to be really significant. They have 4 second chance points, 6 fast break points, and 4 points out the bench. So another rare game where our bench was virtually non-existent. But again, when 3 of your 4 big returners are getting 23, 21, and 17 points, I mean, those 3 had 61 combined points, because 23 and 17, that's 40 total, plus 21, that's 61 points. Then you add in Libby's 9 for 70, then 77. 77 points by just our starters, and again from our 4 returners, again that was 61 plus 7 is 68 of our 81. That's highly impressive. And again, Utah only scored 66, so our 4 big returning players, our 4 big returning starters of Tame Thompson, Natalie Pascal, Dani Bayes, and Maya Hansen, those 4 combined scored more points, 68 versus Southern Utah 66, that they scored as a team. So this was a really good win at home for the Broncos. Again, looking at more stat stuff as a team in terms of points off turnovers, Southern Utah's 8 points came off with 3 in the first, 2 in the second, 2 in the third, and 1 in the fourth. Broncos 17, they got 10 in the first, 5 in the second, and 4 in the second quarter. First 6 chance points for Thunderbirds, who 13 came off of 6 first quarter, 4 in the second, and 3 in the final stanza. Whereas the Broncos, 3 of them came the second quarter, and 1 in the third. For bench points, Thunderbirds 12 had 7 in the first quarter, 4 in the second, and 1 in the final stanza. For Broncos 4, they had 2 in the first and 2 in the third quarter. Points of the paint, so Utah's 38 came via 10 in the first, 8 in the second, 8 in the third, and 12 in the final stanza. Broncos 36, they had 12 in the first, 8 in the second, 8 in the third, and 8 in the fourth. As big points, the Southern Utah's 4 came in the middle 2 quarters, 2 in both the second and third quarters. Broncos 8, they got 3 in the, or 6 I should say, they got 3 in the first quarter, 3 in the second quarter. So again, a real nice win for the Broncos. Again, they moved to after the win, they are now 9-2. Again, which is a really dang good place to be. Again, the only 2 losses were to the 2 Big 12 schools. Looking at the recap, more about the recap on this. This was their 22nd straight non-conference home win. And as I mentioned, this is their third year in a row that they were undefeated in non-conference play, which is the first time in school history that they had three straight seasons without a loss at home in non-conference play. The 4 blocks by Livy Hudden was a career high for her in a game. Also note, Natalie Pascal, her 5 of 7 from 3-point range. Improved her shooting on the year from beyond the range to 31 of 60 for 51.7% for the season, which is second nationally amongst NCAA women's basketball players with at least 30 made threes so far this season. So that is really dang cool. So again, the Broncos now are 9-2 on the season. And again, I think this is probably like the 4th or 5th year in a row that they have gone into non-conference play with A+ wins. Because it was just as I said, they wrapped non-conference play, and on Wednesday they will be taking on the New Mexico Lobos in to start conference play. They'll play at Albuquerque, New Mexico. It'll be 7 p.m. Mountain Time. Available on MWC Network and 670 KBOI AM. And we'll go ahead and just do a little preview of this one. And we could go and do a preview of the New Mexico game. One thing I wish that Boise State would do is to make it a little more concise about, like, instead of just going like about previous seasons, in terms of their matchups. I wish they would do it similar to the men's, which is just a list, here's the series records. Instead of having to go through every season. So based off of just going that, it looks like we're about 8-11 all time against New Mexico. We last lost the last time played. We lost at New Mexico last year in the 83-86, but we did beat them at home last year. So on the road we have our streak is we have lost one on the road. Well, this series right now we our one game losing streak, which was on the road, because in the last in 24-25 we did beat them on the road. So let's take a look at New Mexico. So far in the season, the Lady Lobos are 8-3 in the season. They've won two in a row. They're 5-1 at home this season. So Boise State could have their win streak, give them the second loss at home. And they start off with two exhibitions, and then their first game was a win at home against NAU, Northern Arizona. Then they lost at Colorado by 25. So at least we have that in common with New Mexico, that we played at Colorado and we lost by 20 plus. Then they hosted and beat North Carolina A&T. They won home against New Orleans, won on the road in New Mexico State, won at home against UT Martin. Then they lost at home against Texas Tech. Then in the Florida Gulf Classic, they beat Chicago State. And then they lost against Cincinnati by 3. And then they won against Arizona, won on the road at Arizona by 3. Then they beat Houston on Saturday by 22 points at home. Again, Wednesday, they will host Boise State. Then on the 20th, they'll play at UNLV. Then they'll host Wyoming on New Year's Eve. Then they're at San Jose on January 3rd. At Colorado State on the 7th. Host Nevada on the 10th. Play at San Diego State on the 14th. Host GCU on the 17th. Play at Air Force on the 24th. Host the Lady Rebels on the 28th. Host Utah State on the 31st. Play in Wyoming on February 4th. Then they play here at Boise State on February 7th. Then they host San Jose State on the 11th. Host Colorado State on the 14th. Play at GCU on the 18th. Host the Air Force on the 21st. Play at Utah State on the 25th. Play on Nevada on the 28th. And their senior night is going to be on Tuesday, March 3rd. Before they will compete in the Mountain West Tournament, Saturday, March 7th through March 10th. In terms of the roster, starts off with number 3, 5'9", junior guard Destiny Hooks. She previously played for Vincennes. Hometown is Indianapolis, Indiana. She transferred in before the 24-25 season. She played her freshman year at Vincennes University. Then it's number 4, senior guard, 5'8", Alyssa Hargrove. She previously played for Austin Peay State University, hometown of Dayton, Ohio. She transferred in before this last season, 24 to 25. From 21 through 24, she was at Austin Peay State. And it's number 5, freshman guard, 6'2", Kaya Foster, out of Pasco, Washington. Then it's junior guard, number 10, 5'11", Cassia Antonio. She previously played for New Mexico Junior College and comes from Luanda, Angola. This is her first season with the Lobos. She transferred in after this past season. After Cassia, it is Nelly Padilla, a sophomore, 5'9" guard, number 11. Out of Santa Cruz de Tenerife, Spain, or Nelly Padilla. After her, it is sophomore guard, number 13, Joanna Magalhães, 5'5", out of Lisbon, Portugal. So New Mexico has a little bit of international flair as well. Then it's freshman forward, 6'1", number 14, Leonor Beijinho, from Lagoa, Portugal. Up next is junior guard, number 15, 5'11", Drew Jordan. Hails from Washington, D.C. and previously played for Wagner University. She played her freshman year Wagner before transferring in before the 24-25 season to the Lobos, to the Lady Lobos. Up next is freshman number 20, Tyler Jones, a 5'9" guard. She hails from Memphis, Tennessee. Then it's redshirt sophomore, 6'4", number 23, Emma Najuma. Previously played for New Mexico Junior College as well. Hails from Mukono Sita, Uganda. Then it's junior forward, number 24, 6'2", Jesse Joaquim. Previously played for Cochise College. Hails from Maputo, Mozambique. Then it's redshirt senior, forwards at center combo, 6'3", number 40, Clarissa Craig. She hails from Cincinnati, Ohio, and previously played for Cincinnati. She was a medical redshirt last year with the Lobos. Before that, she was at Cincinnati. And rounding out their players is freshman point guard number 44, Leila Abdulquib, 5'6", hails from Fishers, Indiana. Mike Bradbury is their head coach. Keith Freeman's associate head coach. Mike McClure is assistant. Martha McKenzie head. Isaiah Fernandez, director of player development. Hannah Hudson, director of ops. Lexi Smith is the Associate Athletic Trainer, Cameron Harrison, GA, and Emily Minor. Assistant Director of Athletic Performance. Now more about the coach themselves, Mike Bradbury. This is his 10th year as a head coach for the Lady Lobos. Before coming to Lobos, he had a 9-year run with Morehead State and Wright State as well. Prior to Wright State, again he was Morehead State. He was also spent time as assistant coach at Xavier, Cincinnati, VCU, East Tennessee State, and Chattanooga. He has coached 30 years as assistant and as a head coach. So he's got a lot of head coaching experience, and he's a dang good coach. Keith Freeman is in his 4th season with the Lobos. Before joining the Lobos, he was at Mississippi State. Before Mississippi State, he was at Old Dominion. Before that was at Wright State as well. Along with Valparaiso. Mike McClure is entering her 5th season with the Lobos. 4th as assistant coach. She also played for the Lobos under Mike Bradbury. This is her first coaching stint. This is her 5th year with the Lobos. Again, she hasn't coached anywhere else. After playing, she went overseas professionally. She played for Portugal overseas, and along with Cyprus as well. So she is still pretty young and new to the coaching gig. Mackenzie Head is entering her 3rd season as a coach. Before that, she was with George Washington and along with Mercer. She played at Bethel, graduating in 2021. So she is also still pretty young in her coaching career as well. Now let's look at their stats. Loading. So far, the Lobos have scored 792 points and averaged 72 points per game. Defensively, they've held their opponents to 670 points, or just a hair under 61 points per game allowed. So far, they made 287 out of 695 field goals, or a field goal percentage of 41%. Average 26 made field goals per game. Defensively, they've only allowed 240 out of 649 field goal attempts. Opponents are shooting 37% against the Lobos, and opponents are only making around 22 field goals per game. The Lobos have made 97 out of 303 three-pointers, or about 32%, and just a hair under 9 made threes per game. Opponents have only made 54 out of 196 threes against the Lobos so far this year for 28%, or just under 5 three-pointers made against the Lobos per game. Lobos from Charity Stripe are a little problematic for themselves. They're 121 out of 191, or 63.4% for Charity Stripe, and they only average 11 made free throws per game. They have 465 boards on the season. They average 42.3 per game. They've allowed opponents to get 393 boards, or they allow 35.7 boards per game. They have 156 total assists for 14.2 assists per game. They have forced 204 turnovers. They force about 8.5 turnovers per game. And opponents have forced the Lobos into 207 turnovers. It's a little tricky at times to really tell, because, list for Lobos 204 turnovers or 8.5 per game. I think that's, what I'm going to say it this way. The Lobos have turned the ball over 204 times per game, or 204 times this season for 8.5 per game. Opponents have turned it over 207 times, and the average is 18.8 opponent turnovers per game for the Lobos. They have 123 steals, or 11.2 steals per game, 34 block shots, or 3.1 per game. Individually, Destiny Hooks has started every game, averages 24 minutes a game. She is 60 of 137 for 44% from the floor, 19 of 58 for 33% for 3, and 26 of 37 for 70% for Charity Stripe. She is the team leader in scoring at 15 points per game. She is also one of the most active and on the offensive glass, getting 22 boards this season. Offensively, and 46 total boards. She also has 27 fouls, 16 assists, 30 turnovers, 11 steals, and 3 block shots. She has one of the highest turnover. She has turned the ball over the most for the Lobos, but again, she is also a bit crafty when it comes to creating takeaways with steals. Antonio Casilla has played in 8 games and started every game she's played in. Averaging 24 minutes, is 29 of 75 from the floor for 39%. Is 9 of 23 for 39%. For 3 and 12 of 19 for 63% for Charity Stripe. Games she's played, she's averaged just a hair under 10 points per game. 18 offensive, 39 total boards, 9 fouls, 13 assists, 21 turnovers, 9 steals, and 3 block shots. Nayeli Padilla has started in 3 of the Lobo 3 games, played in every game. 27 minutes a game, is 30 of 96 from the floor for nearly 40%. 24 of 64 for 3 for 38%, so a pretty decent shooter from beyond the arc, and struggles on the Charity Stripe. 8 of 14 for 57%. 9.8 points per game. 5 offensive, 42 total boards. 11 fouls, 20 turnovers. 11 fouls, 20 assists, 25 turnovers, 15 steals, and 2 block shots. For Alyssa Hargrove has started in every game, 24 minutes a game, 33 of 84 from the floor for 39% overall, 16 of 46 for 35% for 3-point range, at 8 of 9 for 89% for Charity Stripe. 8.2 points per game, 6 offensive, 38 total boards, 22 fouls, 32 assists, 28 turnovers. Really active with the hands of defense. Is tied for the team lead with 22 steals and 4 block shots. Joanna Magalhaes has started in every game. Averages 22 minutes a game. Is 30 of 81 for the floor for 37%. How much a 3-point shooter? 434 for 12%, 10 to 20 from charity stripe for 50%. So some of the Broncos would like to foul if they find themselves in foul situations. She averages 6.7 points per game, 2 offensive, 23 total boards, 27 fouls, 19 assists, 27 turnovers, tied with Alyssa with 22 steals and 1 block shot. Layla Abdurraqib has played in every game, averages 18 minutes off the bench, 18 minutes per game, 23 of 60 from the floor for 38%. One of their top 3-point shooters, 19 of 46 of 41%, so some of the Broncos cannot afford to leave open. 8 of 12 from the charity stripe for 67%. Just 6.6 points per game, 3 offensive, 21 total boards, 20 fouls, 17 assists, 12 turnovers, 9 steals, and 2 block shots. Clarissa Craig has played in 10 games, started 9 of them, averages 15 minutes a game, is 22 of 39 from the floor for 56%, has made an attempted 1 3-pointer, is 20 of 25 from charity stripe for 80%. Second highest free throw made and free throw attempts on the season. Averages 6.5 points per game, 18 offensive, 43 total boards, 25 fouls, 6 assists, 11 turnovers, 5 steals, and 6 block shots. Drew Jordan has played in every game, averages 11 minutes off the bench, 16 to 31 from the floor for 52%, 2 of 5 to 3-point range for 40%, 11 to 16 from 30 straight for 69%, 4 points per game, 5 offensive, 20 total boards, 18 fouls, 9 assists, 13 turnovers, 12 steals. Jesse Joaquim has only played 9 games, 11 minutes average off the bench, 13 to 21 for 62% from the floor, and 8 of 15 for 53% for charity stripe. So it's another Lobo who has trouble shooting well from the charity stripe, 3.8 points per game. One of their leaders in rebounding, 16 offensive, 52 total boards, 11 fouls, 4 assists, 5 turnovers, 6 steals, 1 block shot. Emma Najuma has started 2 games, playing 11, averages 14 minutes, 13-21 from the floor for 62%, and 1 of 8 from charity stripe for 13%. So some of the Broncos would definitely love to send to the line. 2.5 points per game, 28 offensive, team high 63 total boards. So for this season, 21 fouls, 5 assists, 9 turnovers, 3 steals, and 11 blocks on the season so far. And the other 3 have played sporadically, averaging 9, 11, and 3 minutes each, respectively. And let's look at the Bronco Women's basketball team stats. It's a team. As a team, the Broncos have scored 806 points. They average 73.3 points per game. They've allowed opponents to score 758 points, and they allow opponents to average 68.9 points per game. Shooting-wise, the Broncos are 285 out of 654 from the floor for 44%. The Broncos average 26 made field goals per game. Opponents have made 283 out of 682 field goals against the Broncos. Opponents are shooting about 42% against the Broncos and are averaging 25.7 made field goals per game against the Broncos. 3-point range, the Broncos are 77 out of 188 for 41%. They average 7 made threes per game. Whereas opponents have made 82 out of 270 3-pointers against the Broncos. Opponents are shooting 30% from beyond the arc against the Broncos, and opponents are making 7.5 made threes per game. Broncos from charity stripe are 159 out of 220 for 72%, or 14 have made free throws per game. Broncos have 396 boards on the season. They average 36 boards per game. Opponents have gone at 397 boards, or 36.1 boards per game. Broncos have 187 assists on the year for 17 per game average. Broncos have turned the ball over 184 times for 16.7 turnovers per game. Broncos are also scoring 17.9 points off opponent turnovers. Opponents so far have turned the ball over 200 times. Opponents average 18.2 turnovers per game, and opponents are scoring 16.8 points off of Bronco turnovers per game. Broncos have 90 steals for 8.2 per game and 39 blocks for 3.5 block shots per game. So I do believe that the Broncos women should win this game. Let's take a look at the women's net rankings quickly. Right now, Boise State is sitting at 138th in the net. Going into action today, December 14th, whereas New Mexico is 102nd. So right now, this is a quad 2 opportunity for the Boise State women's basketball team. So, yeah, it would be huge if the Bronco women can't get this win. It would be a massive road win. And right now, let's go ahead and look at what the standings are in the conference going into conference play. Right now, the Broncos are tied with Colorado State with 9-2 records going into conference play. New Mexico, technically is third right now. Well, is second right now, but in terms of how listed is third at 8-3. San Jose State is 6-3. Air Force is 6-4. Fresno State is 6-5. UNLV surprisingly is 5-5 right now. Toward the middle of the pack, Utah State is 4-5. Nevada is 4-6. Wyoming is 3-6. Grand Canyon and San Jose State round out the bottom with the 1-9. So again, according to the standings right now, as it stands on the Mountain West Network side, Boise State is first at 9-2. Colorado State second, 9-2. New Mexico third, 8-3. San Jose State fourth at 6-3. Air Force fifth at 6-4. Fresno State is sixth at 6-5. UNLV is seventh at 7-5. Utah State at 8th at 4-5. Nevada 9th at 4-6. Wyoming 10th at 3-6. Grand Canyon 11th at 1-9. And San Jose State 12th 1-9. So Boise State would love to still be considered 1-0 and first in conference standings with a big road win on Wednesday when they take on the New Mexico Lobos. Again, that game at 7 p.m. on the Mountain West Network and 670 KBOI AM. So here's to a big win on Wednesday night. Let's go Broncos. Let's beat the Lobos. Let's prove that you can't spell Lobos without the L.